Sierra and Russell Wilson, the quarterback, are dating these days.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying they're not going to have sex until they get married. She already has a child with Future.
Right.
You know, so obviously she's had sex before.
Right.
I'm not sure what his track record is. But can you imagine marrying someone and not having sex with them until you get married?
I mean, once upon a time, I believed in that. But I don't know. We're in a completely different era now.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, can you imagine getting married at one point?
Yeah.
I interviewed Lisa Ann a while back.
And I just want to tell him, like, and I always use the expression, doing porn is like getting a tattoo on your face. It's not going anywhere, and everyone's always going to look at it.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Explain.
I mean, it's out there forever. Everyone sees it. People are going to judge you and view you differently. Especially civilians. They're going to think there's something wrong with you.
But they're all watching porn as
Right,
soon as they get alone.
so you're just as equally.
I mean, do you find it kind of hypocritical?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
What about it do you not like?
Porn?
Well, in terms of just...
Or just the judgment?
The perception of porn.
The perception is, you know, everyone has their own stereotypes, but at the end of the day, I feel like, who are you to judge me? You know, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know my reasoning. Like, if you don't know my reasoning, then fuck off. At the end of the day, and you don't pay my bills, you don't take care of me. So.
But, you know, you interact, I mean, you do, like, conventions and stuff like that, right? So
Yeah.
you get to interact with your actual fans and so forth. You know, how is that different from, like, what you see, like, on Instagram and stuff like that?
Through social media, sometimes, like, fans, like, they're not really fans that are the ones that are being disrespectful or weird. But in person, it's different. I mean, I appreciate the recognition and the support. Like Twitter and stuff like that, when my fans tweet me, I always tweet them back, you know. So.
Do you have, like, an overall plan? Because sometimes girls get in the industry and say, I want to be like Jenna Jameson. I want to be like Sasha Grey. I want to be, you know what I mean? People.
I don't want to be like anyone but Jenna Ivory.
Okay. Is there anyone's career that you admire?
Jenna Jameson, for sure.
Why?
She's made a name for herself. She's a successful businesswoman.
These days, I don't know
Well,
how
I mean,
successful
overall,
she
I
is.
mean, that was, you know, but, yeah.
Do you have, like, an expiration date in terms of, like, I'm going to stop doing scenes?
I mean, I have a game plan for sure.
What is it?
5 years, and I'm also working on crossing over.
Okay.
So I'm doing other things in the meantime, not just
So-
porn.
5 years total or 5 more years?
5 more years.
Okay, so you've been 2 years now. You're 22.
Two.
So at 27, that's it.
Right.
Okay. Now, to be fair, I would guess that, like, Lisa Ann probably had the same conversation with herself at 22. You know, say, okay, at 27 or so, at 28, at 29, I'm going to be done. Lisa Ann is now in her 40s and still doing porn. I mean, number one, how do you feel about someone continuing to do porn into their 40s, 50s? I mean, you got
Teach his
granny porn
own.
now. You got gilfs.
Right.
That's a new thing. I've never heard of that
Oh
before.
yeah, I heard of that one.
little weird.
January was the first time I heard that, and I was like, really?
Gilfs. You know, you have MILFs. You have, I mean, you know, Sarah J. She's been doing it for a while. I think Sarah's has to be in her 30s. So you have a lot of girls who...
I mean, like I said, teach his own. It's all about what you want, what your aspirations are, what your goals are, and if you're focused enough to actually pursue them, and, you know, you have to prioritize everything. So, I mean, if porn's what you want to do, then by all means necessary, stick to that.
Yeah.
But me, myself, I mean, yeah, I enjoy doing porn, but that's not what I see myself doing for the rest of, you know,
Okay. So at 27, where do you hope to be?
successful
Successful?
and comfortable.
Okay. And doing mainstream stuff?
Not necessarily just mainstream, you know, I plan on having my own corporation.
Okay.
So,
What kind of corporation?
We'll see. It's being worked on right now in the process. I'm just trying to stay on the DL about it. So until the meantime.
Gotcha. I mean, have you seen the porn industry change during the 2 years that you've been in it?
Not so much. There's girls coming and going left and right, but I mean, other than that, no.
There's not as much money in it.
Right.
Tube sites
Right.
are fucking shit up.
Brazzers, thank you.
I mean, I've got friends who own porn companies who don't shoot anymore, just because it's not financially feasible to shoot.
I mean, this summer is slower than last summer.
Okay, so you do see a
So
difference.
yeah.
You know, and also, a lot of times when you first get in the industry,
You're busy.
you're busy. You get shot, you get shot, you get shot, and then once there's been a certain number of scenes out there,
Right.
you're not the hot new girl
Right.
anymore. And I mean, you're aware of this.
Right.
So, is this all in the planning stages? You know, understanding that this is going to happen. This may
definitely.
This may happen more.
I mean, eventually you're not going to be in demand as much.
Yeah.
So.
I feel you. What other businesses are you working on outside of?
Right now I'm expanding my portfolio as far as modeling goes.
Okay.
So.
Have you done any kind of? I mean, you did Penthouse, but any other type of modeling?
I'm working on one right now for another magazine. They actually want me to grow out a bush for it, so so it's gonna.
magazine is this?
I have to wait for a little bit, but because I've never done that. But yeah, but I've recently. That's when you asked me earlier if I've seen anything, if anything has changed since my Penthouse release. I've actually had a lot more photographers contact me. You know, so I'm going to take advantage of that and build a portfolio.
They got pressed by taxes, G big on me. Like, yo, we don't like that video. We don't like something that Dice made towards my mans. He shouldn't have said nothing. It's either P Dice or it's all of y'all. Like, we want problems. And as long as he's in y'all squad, we want problems with y'all. WAP said, he gotta go.
Fredro Starr won by default. Keith Murray defeated himself. And I'm up for a rematch right now, anytime. And anybody who think they want to challenge Keith Murray, I'm open for that challenge too.